know a little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
Blood from the paint pot was used to paint over the painted ink-dip feather to resemble a bloody knife. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. Blood from the paint pot. Almost. Maybe just... Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink-dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what, and more interested in the how.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with a painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Through the painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
A pretty ornate window with a great view of the lake.
We're supposed to be looking for clues, not assessing the real estate value.
And over here, you'll see the owners use sheets of paper. A simple trick, but it really transformed. What's that big book on the desk?
Looks like something Fifi's been writing.
Is it a clue?
I hope not. It's just a bunch of notes about her microbiology experiments.
That's a whole lot of books. What's that big book on the
Looks
desk?
like something. I hope it's just a bunch of notes about her mic.
Fifi's got something pinned up here.
What is all this? It's a drawing of Penny.
Looks like Professor Pointer. Did you notice who isn't on here?
Freya?
Mm-hmm. And Fifi herself. Fifi's got
What
something.
is all this?
Is Fifi...
Maybe. Did you ever try that? Maybe.
Is Fifi...
Maybe. Did you ever try that?
Did you notice who...
Freya?
Mm-hmm. A chalkboard.
Is this a library or a classroom?
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
Math equations.
Don't look at them for too long. You'll give yourself a headache.
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
A book. My book.
And what's in it?
Pages.
It's a little glass box.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects. That painting is really something.
Why would you want it looming over your bed like
Maybe
that?
Freya enjoyed the
The
atmosphere.
atmosphere of chaos.
Hang on. There's a smaller version down by the floor.
It's a photograph. Do you think this was always supposed to be a bedroom?
I don't know. It is kind of a weird shape.
No windows either. Do you think this was
I don't
no
know.
windows either? Drawings taped up on the wall.
What's that one on the left?
Looks like two people standing together in a garden. One of them's holding a red rose. It's Freya's bed. A little bit messy.
It's a perfectly healthy amount of messy.
That's weird.
What did you find in the drawers?
Nothing. They're completely empty. It's Freya's bed. A little bit
It's
messy.
a perfectly healthy amount of messy. Freya's bear.
Looks pretty depressed.
He's had a rough couple of days.
Do you think this was always...
I don't know. It is
No
kind
windows either. Do you think this was...
I don't know.
No windows either. Now, a lot of these paintings look unfinished.
How can you tell if they're finished?
Good point. There's no natural light in here at all.
I like it.
Do you think...
I don't
No
know.
windows either. Not the kind of lamp I choose for my bedroom.
It's cool. Looks like old mining equipment or something.
It's a little wooden box for paintbrushes.
To the casual observer, maybe. They're not real paintbrushes. Looks like they're part of some kind of lock mechanism. Nothing.
Did you find a hint on those scraps of paper? It looks like a ripped-up jigsaw puzzle.
That was incorrect.
Each brush has various characteristics: height, bristle shape, paint color, handle color. The information we need is on the paper. Once it's been rearranged, I mean.
Still locked.
So, the paper jigsaw puzzle shows the position of various characteristics of the brushes. There's a couple of brushes with each characteristic, but only one perfect solution.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each characteristic.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each characteristic.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each character.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each character.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each character.
Still locked.
So, the paper jigsaw puzzle shows the position. There's a couple of brushes with each characteristic.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
There's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
There's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
There's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each character.
Still locked.
There's a couple of brushes with.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each...
Still locked.
So, the paper jigsaw puzzle shows the position of various characteristics of the brushes. There's a couple of brushes with each characteristic.
There we go.
Perfect. What was in the box?
Just a photograph. Well, most of a photograph.
This photograph is my favorite photograph.
So, why'd you rip it in half?
That was not me. Besides, it was not a half that was ripped off. It was only a third.
My daughter Fiona and her best friend. They grow up so fast.
Do you know why it's ripped like that?
Ah, yes. I didn't even notice. No idea.
This is a photo of Fifi, isn't it? Your daughter?
Poppy's two closest friends. Freya looks so innocent there.
Freya was very talented, even at that age.
Do you know how old this photo is?
Not sure. Must be a couple of years at least. Sometime before Fiona settled on her current style.
This is a photo of Fifi and Freya, right?
Yeah,
How come you're not in it? You're friends with them too, aren't you?
I'm not really one for photographs.
Fifi looks like she really admires Freya.
Fifi's loyalty to Freya is unshakable.
There's something about that diary we found in Fifi's room. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
A photograph of Freya. Could be important.
It's Fifi and Freya.
Don't you think Poppy should be in the photo too?
Maybe, maybe not. She doesn't really like crowds.
2 people isn't a crowd.
Right, but if she was in the photo, then it'd be 3.
Checkmate.
Is this your diary, Fifi? We found it in your bedroom.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
Why is it locked up like that?
You seriously require an explanation. Very well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary, is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10
So, there are secrets written in here?
and... This particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
It's not a diary at all.
I'm not sure about that.
Me neither.
This particular diary...
It doesn't look unused.
It's somebody else's diary.
How could you arrive at that conclusion? It is kept in my bedroom. It is mine.
We need a clue to compare with the diary. Something to prove who the original owner was.
That's not it. That kinda makes sense, but no.
Let's take a closer look at this. This blue book is the same thing as the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
You were hiding Freya's diary in your room, and you kept it locked, too.
Why would I do either of these things?
Freya didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. Freya didn't want anyone to see personal secrets kept in her bedroom. Nope. Freya didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. Freya didn't... That's not right. Freya, that's not right either. Freya, that's not right either. Freya didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Is this true, Fifi?
I know Freya was your friend, but if you're trying to hide something...
You did not know Freya, so this might be difficult to understand. She did her own thing, in her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
Innocence?
Might be easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
Very well. I will open it. However, as you read it, please remember, Freya was the most kind and the most wise person I have ever known.
Alright, Fifi unlocked the diary.
Finally. What's in there?
Freya was definitely up to something.
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
Maybe we should go back and check. And we could have missed something.
This wasn't here before.
What is it?
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire? What do you think? Is it really from her?
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well,
It's a perfect match.
well, it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
Let's keep this to ourselves for now.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use. I'm still not sure about this thing.
Should we take another look?
Let's come back later.
Yeah, it's mine.
What's so special about it?
I got it from my teacher. It's the first piece I ever learned.
How long have you been playing?
Since the day I turned 6. Family tradition. I was really excited to start learning. As soon as I got out of my first lesson, I told Freya and Fifi all about it. When I arrived at my second lesson the next, she hadn't asked for 2 whole years.
Was Freya any good?
But one day...
Why?
That's just There was no reason. That's when things were different.
Can you play the tune for me?
Sure.
They're bird cages. But the birds are coming.
that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is. Check out that butterfly.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
And especially fancy.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
Oh, whatever it is,
Well, it is the music.
Gotta practice.
what's with all the broken glass?
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune. It's piano music. There's something about that pink cassette tape. Something suspicious.
Let's ask Poppy about it.
I need to confirm something with you, Poppy.
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
It belongs to Freya. She liked to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
No idea. Acid jazz?
It's piano music. Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
Sure it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
It's not mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Why not?
Not my color.
You used to like these colors.
Ridiculous.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape. Something that proves Poppy used to like these colors. Let's take a closer look at this. The pink cassette tape. Nope. The pink cassette. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. The pink cassette tape is an older version of the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo. Almost. Maybe. The pink cassette tape found at the crime scene matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
That is not me.
Yeah, it is. I'll prove it. You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's clearly a photo of you with your two best friends. Why'd you tear it up and then hide it?
I think the answer is pretty straightforward. Poppy hates Fifi and Freya now.
You sure about that?
Not entirely. I think the answer is pretty straightforward. Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore.
That's it. Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
The reason she doesn't want to look like that anymore?
The passage of time is a powerful thing.
Hold on. This means that pink cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
It used to. I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift. Years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
There's one other thing I want to know. How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
Where's that light coming
Now it's
from?
just daylight. There's a decent gap between those floorboards. Is that what I think it is? It's a statue of a wolf, standing up straight, like a man.
You know, there's a name for that.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
It's a statue.
You know, there's
I-
not. Also, it's stuffed.
That bed. It's like something...
Does it feel warm over here? Or is it just...
No, you're right. Maybe the bed has some kind of heater.
It's not coming from the bed. It's coming from the wall.
It's a rose bush, growing on a little patch of bluish soil. Apart from a couple of loose petals on one side, the whole thing looks very well cared for.
The roses are bright red, too.
Now, aren't roses normally that color?
Exactly. It's so relaxing. I might just stay here.
Oh, shall I go finish the investigation on my own?
That'd be great.
The door into Poppy's room.
So, only Poppy and Fitz can get into the garden?
I guess so.
More egg statues.
I don't get it. Why eggs?
Well, either they have some special significance, or the sculptor was just really lazy.
What do you mean?
An egg has got to be the easiest shape to make. It's so relaxing. I might just stay here. That'd be...
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another look?
Let's come back later. That's all 4 melodies, I think.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the gardens again?
Let's try this again.
You know, I think we might be able to solve this now. That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that? Where do you think it goes?
Down.
It looks like they're being boiled, but the liquid is ice cold. It looks like the liquid is ice cold. A cracked glass tank with 9 little rooms. Each one has 1 or 2 insects inside. I can't tell if they're still alive.
I like that you called them rooms.
What's in there? It's a little diagram of a beetle, with some incomprehensible notes scribbled next to it.
That's weird.
What?
It looks really normal compared to the beetles behind the glass.
9 beetles. All different, all dead.
Poor little guys.
There's a bunch of notes written all around them. It's mostly numbers. No idea what they mean. 9 beetles.
Poor little guys.
There's a bunch. It's mostly numbers. 9 beetles.
Poor little.
There's a bunch. It's mostly numbers. 9 beetles.
Poor little.
There's a bunch. It's mostly numbers.
Bugs. Big ones.
Looks like they're made of metal. A candle, perched on a barrel.
Very medieval.
I was thinking pirates.
Medieval pirates.
A candle.
Very medieval pirates. Is that a lab coat?
Warning, hand wash only. Size, small.
Is that a lab coat?
Warning, size, small. It's so dark. I can barely tell what I'm looking at. Rows of plants, growing in wide wooden boxes.
What color is the soil?
It looks black, but it's too dark to tell.
Forensic Entomology, Volume 3.
That's an incredibly specific area of study. Hand-drawn entomology charts.
What a mess.
Any idea what this is all about? This looks like it was drawn in a hurry.
Didn't we see those same symbols in the greenhouse?
Is that a periodic table?
No, but it does kind of look like one.
What are those symbols?
They're alchemic symbols, mostly based on the planets, the sun, the moon, stuff like that.
Huh. Reminds me of the chart from the library.
The one from the chalkboard.
Yeah. Is that a periodic?
No, but it doesn't. They're all mostly based.
Huh.
Is it locked?
Seems likely, doesn't it? Weird looking safe.
I'm pretty sure the latches can slide into the middle.
Got it.
I'm impressed. Anything inside?
Yeah, more research.
Whose research is this? It's a hatch.
But we're already in the basement.
Depends on your perspective.
Let's not go down just yet. We still haven't explored this room properly.
This is some seriously in-depth research.
It's impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section missing.
So, this is Pointer's secret lab.
Definitely seems like he's the one using it.
I guess not a lot of people know about the secret entrance.
Right. But if Pointer's the only one who comes down here, why would he need to lock his research in a safe? Who's he hiding it from?
He's just paranoid, especially about his golden beetle.
What do you think he's trying to do exactly?
Pointer has been planning to kill Freya in the rooftop garden. Nope. Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the underground laboratory.
Why? Because it's rare?
Because it's gold?
Is that it?
I think so. I don't think he cares about entomology any more than he cares about astronomy. He just wants to get one over on Felix. If he can breed his own gold, suddenly Poppy's inheritance is looking pretty,
Infinite. Might explain why he was so worried about losing the beetle. Maybe somebody did steal it.
Might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret door in the garden.
She might not have known what was down here, though. Maybe she was just curious.
Curious, sure, but not naive. I reckon she knew what was going on.
I think we're still missing the bigger picture. There's no way this is all just about a beetle. We're done.
Ready to go down? Again?
Basements don't normally have windows?
We're at the bottom of the lake. We must be.
Right. But if that's the lake bed, why does it look like that?
Like what?
White, smooth, no plants, no anything. That's not what a lake looks like.
Where are we? This room looks old. Like, old.
It makes the rest of the house seem relatively modern. It's an old coat rack. Looks thoroughly neglected.
2 cloaks, and a green hat draped on top for good measure.
Do these puddles worry you?
Why?
That's lake water, but it's indoors.
Ah, I see your point.
Old cardboard boxes.
How exciting.
Oh, but there's more. They're also damp and empty.
This room looks old. Like, old.
Makes the rest of the house. A single book on a little makeshift table.
This is creeping me out slightly.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
It's an empty bookcase.
Something tells me it's been empty for a long time. We're too late. This photograph has been stabbed.
Why? By what?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy. So what's the photo? Do you know who it is in the photo?
A bunch of picture frames, but it's too dark to see the pictures.
It's not too dark. The frames are all empty.
Did you notice how much light this room has? For a room with one candle?
It's all coming through the window.
I'm pretty sure lakes are supposed to be darker at the bottom, not lighter.
Why is there a room down here anyway? And why is it so much older than the rest of Tangle Tower?
We still don't really know why people came to live here in the first place.
Maybe they just wanted to get rich, like Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here for the lake, for what was in it.
It's empty though. More empty than a normal lake would be.
It is now, yeah. Maybe we're too late.
This man in the photo, he reminds me of something from one of our clues.
Felix made a little model of him for Flora.
Yeah, it makes sense when you know who he is. Lord Remington.
Remington. That makes him Flora's father, meaning the girl in the photo is...
Yeah, it's her. See the bird, too.
I never would have guessed. Times sure do change.
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different.
Let's not wander off right now.
It's a hatch.
But we're already in the
Depends on your perspective.
A single
This
book.
is creepy.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
Basements don't normally...
Or at the bottom must be.
Right, but if that's
Like
the lake,
what?
white, no plants, that's not what a lake looks like. Do these puddles...
Why?
That's like it's indoor.
I see your point. There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll see if I can reach it.
Let me guess. Blank.
Study. Wait,
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never went in there.
how did we miss it? A bedroom.
That's Fifi's room, isn't it? A bedroom.
Penny's room, I think. Storage.
It's Freya's room. The library. The grand hall.
What's that thing in the middle?
I think it's that big glass tube.
Music room. It's the aviary. The rooftop garden. That name makes a little more sense in this context. That's the room we're in now. It must be. It's not labeled as anything on these plans, though.
I think it already existed when this was made. It's the room above us. The one we were just in.
The laboratory?
Yeah.
So, the whole house is built on top of some kind of platform.
Apparently.
Misted Mansion. North side cross-section. Is it not Tangle Tower?
Tangle Tower. Before the towers?
Misted Mansion.
Tangle Tower. This seems pretty significant.
Agreed. Let's head back up to the Grand Hall. I want to find that last room. Wow, it's dark all of a sudden.
How long were we down there?
This must be it. This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
Hang on, it's pitch black, but I think there's a switch. The family tree. I can just about still make it out.
Lord Remington.
He sounds important. A ladder.
Want to go up?
Is that a crab?
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You can actually see its insides.
Also, crabs normally have 2 claws, right? Not 3? Ugh. You sure we should be touching it?
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar?
I guess that's wrong.
I don't think we need to guess.
What do you mean?
We have all the information we need in our case file. This crab really reminds me of something.
That little wooden toy we found?
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to help us. I think I've seen it more recently.
Is that a...
It's got a...
Also, crab... I guess that's wrong.
I don't think we need to guess.
What do you mean?
We have all the information we need in our...
Nothing.
I'm sure I've seen this thing somewhere before.
Nope.
Wasn't this crab in that book we
The
found?
children's book? Nope.
Wasn't this
The children's
this crab really?
That-
Yeah, but I think I've seen it more recently.
Is that
It's gotta-
also crabs? I guess that's
I don't
wrong.
think
What do you
we
mean?
have all the information we need in our case.
Nothing.
I'm sure I've seen this thing.
Nope.
Wasn't this
The
crab?
children's book? Nope.
Wasn't this
The
crab?
children's book? Nope.
Wasn't
The
this
children's
this crab?
That-
Yeah, I think I've seen it more recently.
Some kind of fish and a bird skull, I guess?
If that's a bird skull, we're talking about a 15-foot bird here.
Well, how about we stop talking about it?
Hooks. Big hooks.
Centipede? Millipede? How many legs has it got?
Too many. Those aren't bird cages.
Some of them are disconcertingly large.
At least they're all empty.
You sure that's a good thing? Who are all the people in this photo?
Not sure, but it looks like someone didn't like them very much. Their eyes have all been crossed out. That photo is important. I'm sure of it.
You know, in any normal room, this thing would be my main concern. In here, though, it barely makes the top 3. A wooden stool. It's a wooden pinboard, hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it. Nice chair.
It's still warm.
Maybe it's just heat from the incinerator.
Maybe.
An axe and some kind of hunting rifle, mounted on the wall.
Honestly, doesn't look like they've been moved in a few years.
I'm more worried about the third one.
The third one?
The one that isn't there. Do those look like scratch marks to you? On the glass?
Yeah. They're on the inside. Dragon?
Snake?
Worm?
That's the one. Hooks. Big hooks.
An incinerator built into the wall. It's still pretty hot.
Is there anything left inside?
It's mostly ashes. But yeah, there's something. Coffee table, half-empty wine bottle, lamp left on. I'm gonna say someone's been using this room.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
Someone's been using this room. Coffee table.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around. Nice chair.
It's still warm.
Maybe it's just heat from the incinerator.
Maybe. Is that a crab?
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You can actually
Also, crabs normally. Perfect. What's this?
something somebody didn't want us to find. What is it?
I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion, but nowadays it's some big secret?
It's not a secret to everybody. At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table makes me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
It's a shame there are things missing from it. I'm betting it'd make more sense if we could see it all together.
That might not be impossible, you know. That doesn't seem
We
right.
need something that could attach to the pinboard.
That's not right. Something that's been taped at the top, with lines drawn on top of it. That's not right. Something that's been taped at the top, with lines drawn. That's not right. Something that's been taped at the top. That's not right. Something that's been taped at the top. That's not right. Something that's been taped at the top.
We need something that could attach to the pinboard.
That's not right. Something that's been taped at the top. That's not right. Something that's been taped at the top. That's not right. Something that's been taped at the top. That's not right. Something that's been taped at the top. That's not right. Something that's been taped at the top. That's not right. Something that's been taped at the top. That's not right. Something that's been taped at the top. That's not right. Something that's been taped at the top. That's not right. Something that's been taped at the top. That's definitely the right. None of the pages match up to what's on the pinboard.
The painting from Freya's room and those sketches. Did Freya design Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
I don't think that's why Freya made that painting, but it may have been why somebody took a photo of it to use as reference. And as for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them. It was somebody else, someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down. Should we go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm not sure. I still don't know what's really going on.
Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out with some kind of black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people here at Tangle Tower?
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at first I thought the guy on the top right was Felix, but now that I look at it, I don't think it is him.
Was someone trying to hide it? From us?
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
We found them already. I think that might attach the crossbow, but not this part of the crossbow.
What do you make of it?
Not sure. Let's keep an open mind.
You don't think the crossbow is the murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean we've solved the mystery. to solve this.
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene.
It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
It was fired from above Freya.
Above, huh?
Yeah, our diagram doesn't show everything. Let's add in the rest of the crime scene.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part of the murder weapon up there. The reel was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait. The arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying on her back.
Nope. Doesn't add up. It would have missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
Unless... Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
I think so too. She'd fallen unconscious.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
The gramophone.
Right.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
There was something in the gramophone.
Something small.
That's not it. 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 That's not it.
Pointer's research says it can emit an incredibly loud hiss when it feels threatened. Poppy and Fitz both said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No, I don't think so, not by itself. But don't forget, it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone. Now, I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since when do you know anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't, but I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music room? The hornet's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone. That broken glass isn't there on accident. This is someone's science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too.
That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
those cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained similar damage while they were in that room.
That's some seriously powerful vibration. Enough to crack metal. Enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They protected themselves.
How?
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1. Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3. The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
The beetle?
Yeah, what triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure. Maybe something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it. There's something bothering me.
What?
I just want to check something. Let's go back to the crime scene.
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it. It's dark.
I can see the stars. The plant. It's in the book.
What?
Look.
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
I can see the stars.
It's dark. It's dark.
Freya, did you leave us a clue?
So what's bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find. We know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's ink dip feather?
It was here. In this room. Where'd it go?
We found it somewhere else. We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene and ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here. It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, it's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder. If only she'd finished it, and then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas. Freya prepared all the colors she was going to need before she started painting. Blood on the brush was added by the murderer, so the ink dip feather. Nope. Blood on the brush. That's not right. Blood on the brush. That's not right either. Blood on the brush. That's not right either. Blood on the brush. That's not right either. Blood on the... That's not right either. The blood was going to be used to paint this sketch of something sitting in the window. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. The black... Almost. Maybe just... The yellow paint was going to be used to paint this sketch of something sitting in the window.
Something in the window. Oh.
That's not it.
Let's not wander off right now.
There she is. Our little thief.
How long has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did, but she's a very good listener. Well now, I think this has quite served its purpose, don't you?
Penny, why did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind. But before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention? Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
I just need to know the truth.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy, the volition to create something from nothing, the willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, 3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower, and you feel like you've got everyone sussed. Unearthed every single one of our secrets, nothing but bullet points for your notebook. Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer? I suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after. Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy, not one.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other 2 Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose, too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got. Then, I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to a bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end. The paint would peel. Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside. Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
You're more observant than I thought.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
It's a collective term from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mistids, like cryptids, like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mistids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
That's not it.
That's not right. 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 That's not right.
The 5 missing family members standing together as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
And rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era, denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself. All empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts, the creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And? What happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose. But they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mistids. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5 completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision. There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure. But I theorize that he received it in the post.
In the post? From who?
Who can say? Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
Ha! It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in. Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted?
That almost makes sense, but it's not right.
That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all 3 families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened. Before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory,
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of the room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fitz saved both of you, obviously.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did not want to believe us, because he liked Penny. A lot.
But what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself. Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she didn't.
I apologize. Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
So, Penny got away.
I'm afraid she did.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I think that's what she would have wanted.